How are you planning for the new risk that is in your life as you get to retirement? And that risk is longevity risk. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Dave Grant. I'm the founder of Retirement Matters. This is the 5-minute retirement plan, and we are talking about longevity risk today. Longevity risk is a newer risk that's come up in the world of financial planning, but it's all due to people living longer and the risks that are associated with that. So let's go through them. So when people are living longer, and by living longer, we're talking 90s and 100 plus, there's a number of risks that come into it. The main one being, how are you going to pay for people to help you in that stage of life? So it could be healthcare or it could be long-term care. The way to get around that risk is A, to have enough money. But if you don't have enough money, well, let's look at the insurances you can get. So if you've got healthcare insurance, that's great. Most people are going to be on Medicare. But what about long-term care? What if you're going to be in a nursing home or assisted living facility for a number of years? Should you be looking at getting long-term care insurance, which is going to help you cover some of those costs, which can be pretty expensive? Now, one thing people aren't necessarily planning for, and it's nothing that they can control, but what happens if tax rates go up? We know that we have a deficit in the United States. It's continually growing, and we'll have to pay for it at some point. And that's going to be through taxation of the general public. How are you looking at your situation saying, okay, if I'm in the 24% tax bracket, what happens if that changes to be the 35 or a 45% tax bracket? Will I still have enough money to provide my living expenses should that scenario happen? Now, if we're looking at a retirement that doesn't end at 85, but we're looking at 95, 105, how is your portfolio built to take into consideration changes in inflation and changes in your expenses? Is that being mapped out? So you can do some scenarios in retirement planning software and change the inflation assumptions to say, well, what if the historical rate is not 3%, but what if it's 5%? What if we go through a period where inflation is high for a long period of time, or the stock market growth is not high for a period of time? What does your life look like if you were to go through prolonged periods like that? Now, there's not to say that you can prepare for this, but it's just being in that mindset of, if this happens, I have taken a look and said, I know I need to change X, Y, and Z. Another thing to look at is, well, if you're going to get older and you're going to be in that older stage of life for a longer period of time, who's going to help you? Are you going to go into a facility, or are you going to lean on family members? That's a tough question. So you need to be asking those family members and find out their intentions. Are we all going to live close by so we can help each other? If we're around the country and I'm older, is someone going to come help me, or do we need to figure out a way so that I can do that independently and you can live your independent lives? Every family is different, but you do need to have that conversation so that this is not a surprise for anyone when that situation arises. Now, I don't want to sound all doom and gloom here. It's not all bad news. What if you have planned out your financial plan and you've planned all the way to 85, but you live until 105? Well, chances are the stock market will keep going up through that period of time. You may have more money than you've expected. Taxes may be lower. Lots of positive things may happen, and you may have more money than you expected. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be giving that away during your lifetime? Are you going to be benefiting family, charities, local causes? What does your estate plan look like with getting older for longer? Is that designed in a way where it suits your needs now and also fulfills your wishes as you get older? Now, the one thing I found in my profession is this involves family planning when we're talking about longevity risk. I work with a number of families where some family members are 95. I work with their children and I work with their children. And we understand that there's a whole dynamic going on here, and it really helps to have someone who's on the outside and can provide some professional advice as to what fits all members of the family. So if you are looking at longevity risk, I would certainly recommend bringing a professional in who's got experience and can start to guide conversations for the whole family and get you in a situation where everyone is happy. If that's a conversation you'd like to have and you want me involved in it, I'd be honored. My name is Dave Grant. My company is Retirement Matters, and I'll see you on the next episode.
Dave Grant is the founder of Retirement Matters, a wealth management firm in Barrington, Illinois. Dave specializes in helping people transition into retirement specifically executives at AbbVie and Illinois teachers in the TRS pension system. If you have concerns about your retirement transition and want help from a fee-only advisor with decades of experience helping people like you can learn more at www.retirementmatters.co.